Hello my dear viewers, today I want to talk about the concept of dialysis. This is a medical concept that is performed to help people who have challenges with their kidneys. People know the function of the kidney as to filter blood and make urine, that is, remove metabolic wastes like urea, and also remove excess water and some excess salts. But in instances where the kidney does not work well, then dialysis is performed. Let's suppose this arm is of a patient whom we want to perform dialysis on. This arm is showing two kinds of blood vessels, as we are seeing. This blood vessel here is the one that supplies blood to the tissues of the arm of this person. Call it an artery. All arteries carry blood away from the heart towards the tissues. Then blood, after reaching the tissues, goes back through a vein. So this is blood flow. These arrows show blood flow. This one is a vein. Now, venous blood carries wastes from the tissues. That means this blood also is carrying urea that was formed somewhere in the liver. And because the kidney does not work well in such a person, this blood has to be passed through a machine called a dialysis machine. This dialysis machine, as blood is moving from the body towards the machine, it finds this highly branched membranous tube. I'm calling it membranous because we are going to find it has an important role here. This membrane of this tube is actually partially permeable. This is a partially permeable membrane. That means allows some small particles to pass, like amino acids, glucose, urea, among others. But those ones which are big, like proteins and blood cells, cannot pass through this membrane. So blood passes through this tube and it makes many branches here to increase surface area for exchange. On the other side of the tube, that is this space outside, is what we call dialysis fluid. In this machine, we supply dialysis fluid from here. Dialysis fluid in from here. Then it disperses around this membranous tube and it gets out from here. Dialysis fluid out from here. This dialysis fluid that is in this machine has a composition which is the same as that of blood plasma of a normal adult person, except no urea. I repeat, this dialysis fluid has a composition like that of blood plasma of a normal adult person, except does not have metabolic waste urea. We're going to see the importance of that. Now, blood on reaching this membrane, this tube, which is highly branched, materials start being exchanged between dialysis fluid and the blood. That is, they diffuse down their concentration gradient. For example, we have said no urea in dialysis fluid, but blood which is coming in the machine has urea. So urea will start moving from where it is high to where it is low. That is from blood into the dialysis fluid. Because blood is having that waste, but dialysis fluid has less or no. If in blood there is, let's say, more glucose than in dialysis fluid, that glucose will move from blood into dialysis fluid. Or if there are more amino acids in the dialysis fluid than what is in blood, the amino acids will cross from dialysis fluid into blood. That materials move either way, as long as there is a difference in their amount in the two fluids. Another important concept here with dialysis is that this dialysis fluid flows in opposite direction with blood flow. You can see blood is flowing in this direction through these tubes, in this direction here, as dialysis fluid is coming at this point and moving in the opposite direction. This is to ensure an increased length of exchange of materials to achieve maximum removal of metabolic waste urea. Because if the two move in opposite directions, let's suppose dialysis fluid is moving in this direction and then blood is moving in this direction. This kind of countercurrent flow ensures that at every point there is a difference or there is a concentration gradient between the two for any material in concept. Let's consider the urea here. If we consider urea, at this point, blood is carrying more urea, but there is less or no in dialysis fluid when they meet. So as blood continues to move, urea gets from blood and goes to dialysis fluid. But you can see, as blood progresses, it meets urea, which is very less compared to the one in blood. That means blood meets dialysis fluid, which is still fresh, and so there is always more flow of urea from blood into dialysis fluid. But if these two were flowing in the same direction, consider this concept here. This is dialysis fluid, maybe this is blood. If the two will flow in the same direction, time would come when they would ensure equilibrium or the same amount of urea, for example. And when the same amount of urea is achieved, there won't be any more net exchange of that compound urea. So people who invented this machine were clever enough to ensure countercurrent flow of the two fluids to increase the length of exchange and achieve maximum removal of this metabolic waste urea. So in summary, blood from the arm of a person, that is venous blood, is passed through a membrane or dialysis membrane, which is partially permeable and is highly branched to increase surface area over which exchange of materials can take place. And it allows smaller particles to pass, but big ones not to pass. For example, proteins and blood cells cannot pass, but glucose, amino acids, solids, water can cross. And the dialysis fluid has the same composition as blood plasma, except that it does not have urea in it or metabolic wastes. And the materials will extend through this membrane down concentration gradient. And this dialysis fluid is continuously supplied to ensure and maintain the concentration gradient of materials we need to get exchanged between the two fluids. Then after you have achieved the removal of those wastes, then blood returns back to the body and goes to the heart and continues to saturate. Also have this countercurrent flow to increase lengths of exchange and ensure maximum removal of waste. So with practice, you can attempt any question asked that how can someone be put on dialysis to help that person maybe who has had kidney failure. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.